and Amy. Plus positive, encouraging music. K-Love. Hands, Skip and Amy show on K-Love, and this is going to be a lot of fun. You're going to feel just like family as you soak up the heartfelt conversations. It's companies coming with Tori and Russ Taff, K-Love on demand, and also some exclusive musical performances happening too, including Mercy Me's Mark Millard. How do you watch this K-Love on demand and companies coming? Just
Atlanta, Georgia.
Doing concerts.
Great.
Love to hear that.
Positive, encouraging, Caleb. Good morning. It's Skip and Amy. What's the best single piece of financial wisdom you possess?
And usually it is don't spend it if you don't have it.
Right. We want to hear from you. 800-900-1300.
I think the best thing anyone can do is don't have a credit card. If you can't pay cash for it, then you probably don't need it.
People right now are looking for help. They're wanting money advice, right? We're looking for ways to save right now. What is the best financial wisdom that you live by?
Well, first of all, regardless of how much or how little you have, you got to tithe first.
Okay, give to God.
If you give your tithe, even if you take your pinch of pennies, as long as you give your tithe, God's always going to bless you and provide everything that you need. Learn how to budget early in your life.
Oh, Lord, yes. Mom, Dad, teach them to budget and teach them to save.
Best piece of financial wisdom I ever learned is less debt is the best.
My goodness, you all are so smart. We want to hear from you, though. Join this conversation. Share some financial wisdom on our Facebook page, Caleb Morning Show.
You know, it's a proven fact that the louder you sing, the better you sound. Skip
people in a big old mess. Our Ask Amy question next. Positive, encouraging Kayla.
Skip and Amy, earlier this morning, our Ask Amy question.
Yes.
Young Andrew been planning this camp out cross-country trip with his dad for years.
Yes.
They're finally going to go, but now Dad has a girlfriend and wants her and her family to join them.
And Andrew doesn't feel good about that, and he wants to know what's the best thing to do. Should I tell my dad?
I think Andrew is absolutely spot on, and he needs to tell his dad.
Brandon, what do you say?
I hope his dad has not said anything to the other party, because that would in turn kind of make Andrew the bad guy, like, I don't want you on my trip. So I hope the dad hasn't done that. But definitely need to do this together.
I'm thinking about the question with Andrew, and I'm thinking that Andrew should have this quality time with his father. And I'm just comparing it to myself. It's like I'm a family of four, and even though I have 4 children, each needs their own time. Andrew needs that individualistic time with his dad.
Boy, I just hope that Dad hears his heart when he talks with him.
Everyone so far said the same thing. He has to say something.
Yes.
Because if he doesn't, it's going to stick with him. You know, I come from a divorced family. And when I was little, my father came by. I was probably maybe 6 at the time. My father came by to pick my brother and I up for the weekend. And all of a sudden, we found ourselves with his new entire family. And that entire weekend, we were so uncomfortable, and that set the stage for the relationship for the rest of our lives. And I never recovered from that. But it's sick. You don't know what to say. You don't know how to say it. You barely know what you're feeling.
But maybe if he had talked to you in advance so you could prepare your heart, it would have gone a little bit differently.
I would be curious to see if this worked out for someone. I'd love to hear your story. Join the conversation on our Facebook page, Gala Morning.
Positive, encouraging K-Love. Power and Wells
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Torrin Wells. This is The High Note.
Torrin is kicking the new season off in a big way with the man who's changed the NBA game.
Steph Curry. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, man.
Tune in to get to know Steph and his career.
I had to embrace it early that my journey was my own.
As a husband.
She's been the rock for our entire family and keeps my head on straight.
And as a man of faith.
My mom messaged over and over and over again Romans 8:28, and that was the verse that she spoke life into me. And we know that all things God works for the good of those that love Him and who've been called according to His purpose. And for me, like, that was something
music. K-Love.
What happened to my music?
Valley Radio Q99.7.
That this
put that paper in a bit.
Experienced help to come to them. Give us a call or stop by. We can help you with everything and the kitchen sink. Plumbing and heating.
We're the warm guys.
Food Saver means
They gave me Vicodin after my knee surgery. They kept prescribing it, so I kept taking it. I didn't know it would be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
A message from Truth, the Ad Council, and ONDCP.
CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
We have breaking news from Wall Street. The S&P's opened in bear market territory, tumbling more than 2.5%. It's down 98 right now. The Dow off 594. It was down 600 at the open after posting its worst week since January. Investors are rattled over fears of inflation. Congress' second public hearing into the January 6th attack has been delayed this hour after Donald Trump's former campaign manager, Bill Stepien, was to testify, but he's pulled out at the last minute, citing a family emergency. Lawmakers' strategy for today from correspondent Robert Costa.
They are going to focus on a key period in the days after the 2020 election, a crossroads where then President Trump made a decision to go against his advisors who were telling him it was time to wrap things up, eventually fight in the courts, but ultimately this was a losing battle.
31 people are scheduled to be arraigned in Idaho today after they were arrested near an LGBTQ event over the weekend. Correspondent Catherine Herridge has more.
Coeur d'Alene's police chief said it was clear that alleged white supremacists intended to start a riot before they were taken into custody near a pride celebration Saturday. Authorities recovered gear including shields, shin guards, and a smoke grenade.
A hate crime investigation is underway in the Bay Area after a group of alleged Proud Boys stormed a library during a drag queen story hour. Panda Dulce was among the attendees.
I didn't feel safe because one of them was wearing a shirt with an AK-47 on it, and it said, kill your local pedophile.
San Lorenzo police say the intruders are accused of shouting homophobic slurs and transphobic threats. A historic heat wave continues in the Lone Star State. CBS meteorologist David Parkinson.
Some of the high temperatures, including 101 degrees in Dallas, in Austin, and San Antonio. All of those are record. Most Texas cities have been at the century mark.
Officials say record high temperatures have been fueling a wildfire near Angeles National Forest near LA. Walls of flame forced many people to leave their homes over the weekend. AAA says gas prices are at $5.01 for a gallon of regular today. In California, they're more than $6.43. But Larry Higgs, a transportation reporter at NJ Advanced Media, doesn't expect it'll stop people from heading out.
We're entering the peak driving season in the summer when schools let out, people hit the road to go on vacation, they go to the shore, and that's going to drive the demand for gas up.
Dow now down 647, S&P off 104. This is CBS News.
Need hires who dazzle without the hassle? You need Indeed. Their powerful platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Do you Napa know how? At Napa, when you take care of your ride, we take care of you. That's why a $25 digital gift card can be yours when you buy 10 quarts of Pennzoil Platinum Full Synthetic Motor Oil products at Napa Auto Parts. That's a reward for rewarding your ride and a way to treat yourself after treating your motor. So give your ride the premium motor oil it deserves and get rewarded in return. Napa know how. Offer ends 10/31/22. Number prohibited. Terms apply. For complete details, visit pennzoil.com/rewards.
Thanks, everyone, for making your way here on this toasty morning. Are you all ready to jam? Excellent. Before we get rolling, let's start by hashing out everything bagel will be discussing. Profit margins are okay, but they could maybe be butter. Sorry, I don't mean to waffle. Next quarter, it's all or nothing.
For today's special offer, visit Renewing Your...
Available at our Hilton family of brands. Hilton, for the stay.
FM News 1037 KFQD. The Anchorage Police Department is investigating a South Anchorage shooting. Around 2:25 this morning, multiple shots were fired into a home on Brayton near Academy Drive. Soon after, a local hospital received a victim with life-threatening injuries, while another hospital received a second victim with non-life-threatening injuries. No arrests have been made, and anyone with info is asked to call APD by dialing 311, or to remain anonymous, call Crime Stoppers at 561-STOP. And Assemblymember Christopher Constant is protesting the Bronson administration's handling of a voicemail threat he received. ADN reports Constant didn't know the Anchorage Police Department found no credible threat until reading an article posted on a local right-wing blog. He questions if the mayor's office gave the blog emails between city officials and the chief of APD. I'm Brian Ross for KFQD.
APD Dispatch has no accidents or disabled vehicles to report as our morning commute begins, but if you see anything affecting traffic, call me on the tip line at 222-0526. That's 222-0-JAM. Steve Morris, Bailey's Furniture, Time Saver Traffic.
You're not wired to have a response to this sound. But when we introduce a new stimulus, save the food. We're helping to stop food waste. Save the food. For tips and recipes, visit savethefood.com. Brought to you by NRDC and the Ad Council.
The KFQD weather forecast for Anchorage: sunshine, partly sunny at times, middle to upper 60s this afternoon, a light west to southwest breeze. We'll see a few passing clouds tonight, 50 to 55. Sunshine, partly sunny at times, upper 60s tomorrow. Partly cloudy, 48 to 53 tomorrow night. Partly sunny on Wednesday, upper 60s to lower 70s. This is KFQD meteorologist Russ Worley.
On this Monday, June 13th. Glad you're on board. Here's what's up this hour.
Negotiators in the Senate say they've reached a compromise on gun control legislation. Will explain what's in it and what was left out.
The House committee investigating the attack on the Capitol holds its second of 6 hearings this morning.
A historic heat wave continues with temperatures ranging from 10 to 30 degrees above normal for this time of year.
And don't be so sure that working from home won't hurt your career.
You know, it's human nature. There's this thing called proximity bias, which is sort of a trendy term in business right now. And basically it suggests bosses are going to favor the people who show up in person more often. They build a natural rapport with them.
Callum Borchers at the Wall Street Journal on what's required versus what it takes to climb the ladder at work. The U.S. is now closer than it's been in decades to having a new federal gun law following recent mass shootings in Buffalo and Uvalde. Senate negotiators say they've reached a bipartisan framework on measures intended to limit some access to firearms. The plan includes support for state red flag laws, keeping firearms from potentially dangerous people, juvenile background checks for gun buyers under age 21, and a crackdown on those straw purchases by people buying weapons for others who could not pass a background check. Connecticut Democrat Richard Blumenthal.
This red flag statute that provides for crisis intervention orders around the country can really save people not only from gun violence in communities and schools, but also from suicides, which account for more than half of all